Hey Capricorns, and welcome to your October 2016 General Tarot Forecast. My name is Sky, and wow, it looks like it's going to be a pretty exciting, memorable month for Capricorns. First of all, if y'all want to check the link in the description box below and hop over to my shop and check out some of my packages, I would so greatly appreciate it. But anyway, without further ado, let's see what's going on for Capricorns. So right off the bat, y'all have 3 major arcana cards, and like you guys know, my opinion is that if there's ever 3 or more major arcana, I always think it's going to be a really exciting, memorable, and just energetic month. Sort of a big chapter in your year of 2016. So those 3 major arcana cards are the Fool, the Lovers, and the Magician. So definitely some new chapters opening for Capricorn, new journeys being taken on. Almost like some Capricorns have decided to start their life over in a way is sort of an energy that I'm getting. Or you guys are trying to really manifest new, very rejuvenated energy into your life. Because, wow, there's definitely some heartbreak coming from the past. You've got that 3 of Swords up in the top right corner. You've got the Lovers at the foundation. And also the Fool reversed kind of suggests to me that this is a new journey by default. It wasn't something that you planned, nor was it something that you expected, but you found yourself in a position where it was perhaps your only choice. So, what can I say, Capricorns? If things have been difficult for you in the recent past, they are about to get so much better. You know, you have qualities that you have created within yourself. You've got that upright King of Wands and that upright Knight of Pentacles, and those are 2 amazing energies to accompany you while you're on this journey. First of all, you've got spontaneity, passion, and adaptability represented by the King of Wands in their most mature form, in their most usable, utilizable form. And you've got the desire to go after money and material well-being represented by the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry guys, I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit, so if I'm clearing my throat a lot, that's what it is. Anyway, your ability to be spontaneous and passionate towards your career right now is almost unmeasured, and it is going to be something that you need to take full advantage of right now. Even if you're not feeling it, it is definitely going to make itself known during October. You guys honestly have the ability to make so much money in October. You've also got the Magician up there. It's reversed, but I'll talk more about that in a moment. You know, I see just a lot of money coming to the Capricorns in October, I've got to be honest. I see a lot of Capricorns who potentially had maybe a breakup in the recent past, or at least some struggles in their relationship. And I see the Capricorns capitalizing on those struggles and turning them into material well-being. And that's one of the things that Capricorns do best. You know, you're ruled by Saturn. You have the ability to make the structurally unsound sound once more. And I think you guys are going to be doing a lot of that in October. You may be building a new house. You may be buying a new house. You may be renovating. There's definitely an element of making something structurally secure once more. Now, if this is happening on a spiritual level, how amazing. Because sometimes Capricorns can struggle with that. Capricorns are really good at making things secure and structured on the physical world, but they can struggle sometimes with that on a more spiritual or emotional level. And you know, with the Lovers there and the 3 of Swords, it kind of suggests to me that Capricorns are at least wanting to make a more secure, more stable, emotional connection with other people or even with themselves. And you guys are really putting a lot of yourself on the line to do that in October. And you know, I think for the most part, you guys can be successful if you really sort of elevate your intentions, if you try to do this for the betterment of yourself and for others. But you know, this could go one of 2 ways, and since I've sort of touched on the positive way, I want to sort of get into the potential negatives if, you know, there's some bad karma or some bad intentions with maybe these evolutions or transformations that you're trying to materialize right now, Capricorn. So, you know, the Fool is probably one of the most powerful cards in the tarot deck. You know, it represents zero, the number zero. You know, it's the first card, but it almost doesn't exist for that reason. And it's very much an enigma, very hard to interpret, kind of a cipher. So its energy can definitely have a lot of interpretations. When it falls into the reverse, though, it can represent a sort of recklessness. It can represent like a forward action without thought. It can represent jumping headfirst into trouble, or sort of making a leap of faith straight into your own demise. And I don't want to say that this is what's going to happen to Capricorns, but be aware of that. Now probably is not the most beneficial time to make leaps of faith. I wouldn't if I were you. You need to do things that have a stable foundation right now. Like you have the King of Wands and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So that represents to me that you've got things in your life right now that will give you stability and give you security. But there's almost this desire to be spontaneous and this desire to take on something new. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you just have to create the same foundation for this new thing that you've done for these other secure things in your life. Like there might be a bit of a thought for some of the Capricorns that, oh, this is new, this is exciting. If I just jump headfirst into it, I'm sure it'll work out. And you sort of don't commit to it in the way you did these other things because that kind of makes it boring to an extent. So you just kind of take a leap of faith. It's just, I don't think it's the best time for that right now. I think that you need to temper yourselves and you need to put the same kind of work into this new project that you have done with all your other successful projects. Like, why break the formula if it's been successful, you know? Also, Capricorns, you've got to be transparent right now. I know that a lot of Capricorns sometimes don't like to hear this because, you know, Capricorn can be a secret keeper, that's for sure. But that Magician in the top left corner, something coming from like the recent past or sort of just a peripheral energy is being potentially untruthful right now, or sort of fogging the mirror, sort of making people think that you have something you don't. You know, as it relates to business, this could be if maybe trying to fool a bank or financial institution into thinking you have more collateral than you do so you can get a bigger loan. I don't know where that came from, but that's just, I wouldn't say that now is a great time for that, because I think that you can get this bigger loan, but what if things don't happen the way that you expect? How will you ever pay it back? You know, there might be a reason that you can't get this loan without fogging a mirror because you can't support it right now. You have to rely on taking a leap of faith in order to support it. And if that leap of faith doesn't turn out, then what? Okay, and I really don't want to sound negative because, you know, you guys have so much potential right now. You really do. But Capricorn's potential, you know, it's a potential of sturdy foundations and things that have been worked on and effort and put so much effort into that they almost can't fail. Capricorn isn't a sign to get random luck, you know. It's not a sign, unfortunately, you know, unless you've got some Sagittarius or a well-placed Jupiter in your chart that can change everything. But generally speaking, at its archetypal core, Capricorn does not have the best of luck. AKA, Capricorn should not take leaps of faith. I hope that doesn't sound too negative to you guys, but the beauty of that is, and the positive side, is that because of that, the universe has gifted you the ability to have a major edge up on all the other signs of creating something with a strong foundation, something that's secure and structured, quicker and more efficiently. You know, Capricorns and Sagittarius, just as a random side note, tend to be quite jealous of each other because Capricorn is really jealous of the luck that Sagittarius always finds. Like, Sagittarius can take these leaps of faith or can gamble or can take these risks, and, you know, 8 out of 10 times they yield some kind of reward, whereas if Capricorn does it, they usually don't. But also Sagittarius can be really jealous of Capricorn because Capricorn can take something and structure it and work on it and commit to it that yields long-term benefits and rewards. Sagittarius kind of gets candy scattered to it from the universe, and it's kind of like easy come, easy go. Whereas Capricorn, it's hard come, hard go. So, and each of those signs can kind of envy each other for those qualities. Anyway, that was just kind of a side note. I don't think, and it can be easy for Capricorn to have a lot of Sagittarius in their chart because Mercury and Venus can obviously be transiting in Sagittarius when Capricorns are born. So, they can kind of have a mixture of those two energies. But, back to where I was, now's a good time for transparency. Now's not a time to try to fool people around you. And, kind of taking it back from the career and material side of things, now is not the time to try to fool your loved ones either. Because, the Magician reversed is kind of quite an unfortunate card sometimes, because not only does it represent lies or fogging mirrors, but it also represents getting caught. Like when the Magician is right side up, it represents ability, having everything that it takes, and also getting away with lies. If it comes to, if that's something you're trying to materialize. When it's in the reverse, it's more possible that there is some kind of lie and that you won't get away with it. So be careful for that. Because once you get caught, I think it could really throw a wrench into your life. You've got that 3 of Swords up there as well. So you could really wreak some devastation on the relationships in your life with this leap of faith, whatever it is. Okay? A lot of Capricorns might be in a new relationship. You've got the Lovers at the bottom of your spread, representing the whole foundation of the core of your spread. So you could have entered into a new relationship that seems really karmic. This could be like a soulmate relationship. Likewise, it could be a relationship with someone that you feel like you don't have a lot of control over. Like, honestly, some Capricorns could find themselves in a relationship with someone who's married, or someone who's spoken for, or someone who has some kind of addiction. It's a relationship that is almost so karmic and seems so fated that it's like the individuals have kind of lost control of it. I don't know what that means for some of you, but that just kind of hit me. It can also represent a love triangle. And you've got that Knight of Pentacles and that King of Wands there. So for some of the female Capricorns out there, or male, I don't know, you might see that there are like 2 men who almost are fighting over you right now. That's interesting to think about with the Fool there in the middle. And, it could be women too. Like just, I tend to try to not attach a gender to any of the court cards just because it's more like at an energetic level. They're like masculine females and feminine males. So, there could just be 2 people who are fighting over you right now, or who are significant in your life right now, and it seems very fated and karmic. And it almost seems like you're just kind of jumping between them. You've got that Fool in reverse right in between them, and it's like there's so much indecision and so much, like, I don't know, emotional baggage going on right now, and Capricorn just hates that. What can I say? Capricorn does not like for things to be emotionally ruled and for things to be very unstable like that. And, of course, this all depends on the rest of your chart. So, as a side note, be sure to check out your rising and moon sign if this doesn't resonate with you guys. But so, for the Capricorns that have found themselves in a love triangle, or even who might be cheating or something, I can see that too. Don't cheat now, Capricorns. Don't cheat. This is, okay, yeah, that just came forward. For a very small percentage of some of the Capricorns out there right now, you're cheating on the person that you're with, and this is going to blow up in your face tenfold if you don't sort of come clean now or stop your actions. The Magician, if you're cheating on someone, they may already know, so beware of that. They may already be aware of your cheating and have already sort of plotted your demise. I don't know where that's coming from. Also, you could be being cheated on. I see that as less likely. Someone in your life could be trying to fog the mirror with you, and because you're so busy with your projects, because you're trying to take on new projects, or you're working so much right now, it's easy for them to get away with it. Okay, Ooh, this one just hit me too. Like I just felt this big time. Okay, so might even be for a bigger percentage of Capricorns out there right now. You know, now's the time that you can still find out, Capricorns, if someone's cheating. If who you're in a committed relationship with is cheating on you right now, you can find out still. There is evidence easily available right now. Because that Magician is upside down, it can also represent sloppily hiding something because you don't think you have to put in much effort. Like if you're working all the time, Capricorns, whoever you're with, you know, they're not making an effort to hide or delete things. They're not making an effort to really hide things because you're so busy that they know that they don't have to work that hard. Okay, so, you know, just keep an open eye and you will find out. You know, if you're in a happy relationship, Capricorn, don't sacrifice your relationship for what you're hearing from me. This is such an archetypal reading. It's so general. It's going to apply for some of you guys. I don't want you guys putting a wrench into your relationship because of what I'm saying. You know, I don't want to be that, you know, quote-unquote sidekick who tells you, oh, they're cheating on you and I completely ruin your relationship. Just keep your eyes open. It always comes out. If something like that's going on in a relationship, it cannot be hidden forever. Just keep an open eye. Don't be overbearing about it, though, unless you already know, unless you already have this gut feeling and they've been unfair to you, then go crazy. But for the Capricorns who seem happy right now and who don't doubt just because I'm saying this. And don't doubt, you know, any other tarot readings that you watch where you hear things like that. You know in your gut how things are. And then you make decisions about how you want to test that and how you want to, you know, get the rest of your information. So anyway, oh gosh, I really feel bad that some of the Capricorns have found themselves in this predicament where they're either cheating or being cheated on. You know, there might be a bit of a healing crisis that occurs. You know, this could be the breakup that happens. Maybe Capricorns broke up because of this, and this is already something that's happened in the past, and now you guys have moved, or you've moved on, and you're having to start anew. You're having to start so much new. You're having a bit of financial trouble. Don't worry, it's going to get better. But maybe that could be what the Fool in reverse is representing as well. You didn't want to be single again. You didn't want the relationship to end, but it did. And now you're forced to find your new horizon. Now you're forced to start on a new path, and it's hard. You miss things being the way that they were. But it's okay, Capricorn, if any one sign of the zodiac can go through an emotional pain like this and then just pick up all the pieces, put them back together, and start making money from it, it's Capricorn. And you guys, that's exactly what you need to do if you're in a mode of heartbreak. It's time to pick up the pieces, it's time to create some new sturdy foundations, and it's time to materialize sturdy, solid resources in your life, because when you do that, people are going to look up to you so much. You know, this person that's been selfish in your life, right, they're going to really see the error of their way if that's what happened. So anyway, October, potentially, you know, lots of emotional progress to be made in October, but likewise, you guys are going to make even more material progress. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. I know it was kind of heavy. If you'd like to comment about how it worked out for you, or any other different interpretations you might have of the spread, I'd love to get in a discussion with you guys. Likewise, check out my shop in the description box below, and I hope you guys have a great October. Good luck!